Welcome to the channel, guys. Hopefully your Monday is going well. So unfortunately earlier when I recorded this in my truck, I was on a really rough road and the footage didn't really turn out that great because it was just shaking all around. So I'm gonna redo this right now. I got a great video for you guys today, doing a build breakdown on my truck. It's a 2016 Denali Duramax. So I'm gonna tell you the story of how I purchased it and what I've done so far up to this point, with it being almost the 2-year mark coming up here in just a couple days. So it all started back in early 2015 when I had randomly gone on the GMC website and just did one of the build your truck things on there, and then I built up pretty much everything I wanted: crew cab, long bed, the metallic blue paint, every option that I wanted and everything. And then I took a screenshot of it and I saved it on my phone for months, and I really didn't think anything of it up until about August of 2015, when I really decided that I wanted to move into having a diesel truck rather than the little Volkswagen car that I had at the time. Since I kind of decided that I wanted to move into a truck, started searching on like Craigslist, on Auto Trader, trying to find a spec truck that was exactly what I wanted. Fortunately, there was basically none in the country. I think there was 2. At the time I was working for AutoNation. They have like 200 stores throughout the entire US. It made it nice to be able to get like an employee discount through there. The nearest store was Colorado. See if they could dealer trade with one of the GMC stores that had the exact truck that I wanted. Unfortunately, it wouldn't have been very cost effective to do it that way, so I ended up having them custom order me a 2016 I was going to have them order a 2015, but I decided to get one of the first 2016s, since it was right in August when they switch over to building the new model year. They said it would take I think about 2 months or so to make and then be shipped to them. 2 weeks prior to flying down, I actually finally sold my GTI. I got the price that I wanted, and it was to a local guy, and it was basically for the whole car and some extra parts that I had with it. I didn't have to part it out or anything, which was really nice and what I really wanted. So then the day came that I flew down. They picked me up from the airport, took me to the dealership. We did all the paperwork, and then I left with the truck, took that first picture with the truck, and drove 1,600 miles in, I believe it was 2.5 days, back from Colorado up to Washington State. Immediately on arriving back to Washington, I started ordering parts. I ordered my lift kit, the wheels, tires, and then as well as ordered my front and rear floor mats, as well as that rear storage bin underneath the rear seat. And then just started ordering a bunch of different little random parts here and there. The truck stayed pretty well stocked for a couple months there, and then finally in February of 2016, a couple months after I had bought it, we finally had a chance to do the lift kit, wheels and tires and everything. So we finally got that done, and immediately after that I was so more stoked on the truck. It turned out so perfect, and it stayed that way since. Didn't really do a whole lot to the truck between then and August of this year, 2017. I did like LED light, I did the front license plate delete, then just little random parts here and there. And then August of 2017, I finally completely deleted the truck, full EGR delete, intake, exhaust. So just to give you an idea of what the original build theme idea that I had with the truck, basically what this truck was going to be from the very beginning until now, and what it'll always be, is it'll be a snowmobile road trip truck. I basically just wanted to build the most comfortable riding and best utilized and have the best features on the truck that really focus towards taking those long road trips and being able to have what I need on board, such as like first aid kits, roadside assistance stuff, as well as those just in case items like a fire extinguisher or tools. And yes, of course, I do realize that some people might not consider having a lift and big tires and everything as the best combination for a road trip truck, but of course I do like to have a good looking vehicle. I've always wanted a lifted truck. I've never had anything above my old truck. It's a 1990 GMC 1500 with a 350 in it. I've just always wanted a big lifted diesel truck, so I definitely had to take the opportunity when it was there. As well as growing up, I always loved the Denali brand, all the different trucks that they had. It was just such a premium, luxury, awesome brand. I knew I had to go with that top of the line truck. So I'll quit talking and I'll give you guys the full breakdown on all the parts that are installed on the truck. All right, I don't have a lot of time to do this. It's 5:30 right now. The sun is starting to set behind me, so let's get right to it. I've got an Icon Suspension Dynamics 6 to 8 inch lift kit with rear helper springs just to get it up an extra inch. The biggest reason I did the rear helper springs is when I have a sled deck on the back, it sags a little bit, especially with 2 sleds on it and fully loaded underneath the sled deck. So it just helps out quite a bit with having that extra load on the back. It's got Fox front reservoir shocks, Duramax store upper control arms, and the Icon rear shocks. Now, as to the reason why I have Fox front shocks, I'll get to that in a future video. The Icon transmission pan as well as differential skid plates. We got Crown extended performance brake lines. Don't mind the messy truck at the moment, but we got front and rear Husky floor mats as well as under seat storage. 20 by 12 fuel Maverick D538 wheels, as well as 37 by 13.5 Trail Grappler Nitto tires. We got an OEM front license plate delete, aftermarket LED light bar behind the grille, the Edge Insight CTS2 with exhaust gas temperature sensor. We got an S&B intake, Fleece Performance PCV reroute as well as block off, and their resonator block off. Now, as far as where the PCV comes out of the head, I did reroute that with a hose from O'Reilly's and just rerouted it down. You can see that this hose right here is where the PCV comes out over here. We've got a FlowPro full 5-inch exhaust with the muffler, as well as an MBRP 6-inch tip. Got the Amp Research bed step both at the corner as well as both sides of the bed. Fast 150 fuel pump on there as well as a sump. It's got the PPEI EFI Live tunes from Corey Willis, both engine and transmission. As well as one thing I did forget to mention, downpipe is from PPE and the up pipes and manifolds are also from PPE. Now, a few things to come in the future is going to be quick disconnect mud flaps, both front and rear. We'll have airlift rear bags, a 5-gallon tank for onboard air, the Amp Research steps. We'll also have the D-Max Store Ultimate Front End Stage 3 kit that includes tie rods, ball joints, the center link, all of that. Mag high-tech front and rear differential covers and transmission cover. And here pretty soon I'll also have the transfer case support brace from PPE. So a couple things that I will be having custom made are those mud flaps as well as the hot side and cold side intercooler pipes. Then we're also going to do ladder bars and a pre-runner style front bumper as well as rear bumper. Now, a good friend of mine is going to be the one that does all the custom fab work, like the ladder bars, the front bumper, the intercooler piping and whatnot. He's a very talented welder. You can go and follow his Instagram, Rampage Fab. Just got into a shop in the Olympia area. He just opened up just a couple weeks ago. So he's one of the very few guys that I actually trust with my truck. So we're gonna do a lot of really great videos that focus around that work, and that when we do those special installs, I'm gonna have dedicated videos just for them. All right, guys, that's where I'm going to end today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you think I missed anything, let me know as well. Hopefully this gets your Monday off to a great start. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.